Hi YouTubers, Andrew Maguire here. I'm going to do a review on this sexy little bit of kit. This is my latest addition to my photography equipment, which is the Elecam Explorer action camera. Now, I've wanted an alternative to a GoPro for quite some time, and I thought the answer was this little thing here, which I bought a little while ago, which is the SJ-Cam 4000, but unwittingly I actually received a clone. It's the fake version, so it's not actually that good at all. It's at 1080p, and I think it only shoots at 30 frames a second, or maybe even less than that. It's not very good, doesn't do time-lapse, photos are a bit rubbish, so I wanted something better. Now, I don't think I could have justified, I still don't think I can justify paying nearly 300 quid for a Hero 4, which is what I really want. My girlfriend just has, and I've had her play around with it, and I absolutely love it. Now, one of the main reasons I've gone for this Elecam Explorer is because it's almost identical to a GoPro. It does very, very similar things. So let me just take the housing off for you. Now, I'm going to start by telling you that this technically is a 4K camera. It's written on the front, it's written on the box, but as you may already know, this thing is not really a 4K camera. It has the ability and capacity to do it, but apparently when you actually look at the file size back on the camera, they're not 4K. I think they're just short. And anyway, the 4K at 15 frames per second isn't really that good anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fire up the camera and show you a few basics about it. Now, first of all, you're on, straight away, we're on, let me just double check my focus, just check that that you can see what I'm doing. Might be a bit too close there. Okay, I think we're in. Doing this manually. There we go. I think I can read that. Okay, so I do apologise if you can't, make out the words on the screen. But I'll do my best to try and stay here and focus. So, as you can see, or maybe not, it's set to 1080, that's 60 frames per second, which is what this indicates on the top. Now, that's obviously the video screen, which is the first screen that you'll see. Now, on the bottom, you see this little clock face? That means it's set to time-lapse mode, which is one of the main reasons that I actually got this thing in the first place, is so I can do my time lapses. And I'll just toggle through by pressing the front button here. I'm now on the camera mode, so I can take pictures. Again, I've set the timer for 5 seconds, so it's perfect for those amazing selfies, and which I can show you a few examples of very shortly. Here we've got the slow motion man running, so this is a slow motion. You can actually set this at 120 frames a second in 720p if you'd like. That is very desirable for a lot of people. And next, we've got your playback options, but I've formatted my card, so unfortunately, I've got nothing to show you. And if I go again, here's the menu screen. Now, again, I really hope that you guys can see this. So I'm going to try and stay here and stay as still as possible. Now, this is what we're greeted with. Now, to toggle through the menu screen, let's hit the OK button. And everything's fairly self-explanatory, apart from I couldn't work out for ages how to get the time-lapse to work. Now, what I noticed is, you'll see here time-lapse is set to 1 second. If I go up here and press close, that means time-lapse is not on. It's now going to record in 1080 at 60 frames a second. How you can choose what you want. You can shoot in 4K at 15 if you want, or 2.7, which is very arguably better, but I prefer 1080p 60 frames a second because there's no risk of the camera overheating, you get longer battery life, and also your memory card can handle more data. So that's the reason I do that. Now, if I go down to time-lapse and hit the menu, I can then set my interval anywhere up to 60 seconds. So if you're doing a nighttime lapse, for example, 60 seconds or 30 seconds might be something what you want. I haven't tested that out yet, so I don't know how it performs at night. So if we set it for, let's say, 1 second interval, we'll go back. You can see time lapse 1 second. That is now set. So if I go back to the video mode, press OK to exit on the final one, you can see the little clock face. That means time lapse. Let's just turn that off just to double check that you know what you're doing. So if I just go to time lapse and close. Okay, so it's closed. We'll go back to video mode. And there we go, the clock's gone. we're ready to record. And if you hit the down button, record sound, it doesn't record sound, hit it down again, then we record sound. If we hit the up button, we've got Wi-Fi. Now, I would definitely recommend downloading the Elecam Explorer app. It really is very good. The Wi-Fi password is standard. I think it's 128, 123456778, and I think that's on every handset and compatible with. That's compatible with this camera. Now, I'm a bit of a dinosaur. I've got the iPhone 4 and it still works with this. So I'm a very, very happy camper that worked. So I'm now going to show you some footage of what I've recorded, and press up to exit and we're back to normal. Now, this, I should mention, the battery life is a lot better than the SJ4000. It takes I think it's a 1050 milliamp, I think is the how you measure battery life. I'm not sure, but it's actually more than what the SJ Cam came with, which was a 900 milliamp, I think. So it will record for longer at higher speeds, which is brilliant. So I'm very, very impressed with this camera so far. It only cost me just over 50 quid, so in dollars, shoot me if I'm wrong, but I think it's about $70, $80, I think. So this camera is a real winner. I think it's going to be a brilliant seller for 2016. I'm just hoping that it doesn't break, because I've got no warranty or any sort of cover from the manufacturer, which is maybe a reason to go with the GoPro, because you've got the brand, you've got brand loyalty there, and you've probably got a good customer care. Right, so I'm going to show you now some of my clips that I've taken over the last few days in different environments. I'm going to show you what this little baby can do. So one thing that I've just realised that I've forgotten to show you guys are the accessories that come with the camera. Now, it comes in this nice little box, which I think is very neatly presented. And if we open the box, here's where the camera was. It was sitting in this nice foam box. That's foam with an M, not phone. And here is the little box of goodies. Now, if you are a GoPro or an Action Cam owner, you probably do have half of these anyway. But look at all these. Look at all these goodies. We've got so many mounts that we can use. So many useful mounts. Maybe some that we can sell if we're not going to use them. You've got lens cloth, which I think is particularly handy, not just for this, but for all your cameras. It doesn't come with a battery charger. It does come with cable ties though. So you can get creative with shots. Some Velcro straps there for head straps and chest straps. It doesn't come with a battery charger, however, it does come with a USB and micro HDMI cable, so you can charge to your computer very easily. And you can charge, for example, if you've got a car charger, you can charge this while you're in the car, because if you might have a cigarette lighter, you might be able to have the camera plugged into the USB. So you can do some time lapses whilst you're on the road. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you now my test images, and I hope you like what you see.
thinker.